places, the things. Artists are the wise old fish in the allegorical story told by the American author David Foster Wallace at a commencement speech he gave at Kenyon College, Knox County, Ohio, on a hot summer's day in 2005. After inviting the graduating students to perspire as much as he intended to, he was a notoriously nervous public speaker, the writer launched into his tale about two young fish swimming in a river. After a little while, they passed an older fish going in the opposite direction, who said, "Morning, boys, how's the water?" The two young fish carry on for a while before one turns to the other and says, "What the hell is water?" The wry anecdote was designed to provoke a group of liberal arts students brought up on a high-fiber diet of critical thinking to apply their analytical skills to the seemingly boring, but in fact essential and important stuff concerning our quotidian existence. The supposedly dull realities of our daily lives that had been rendered invisible to them by their highly educated minds. The point being that we, live our lives in a semi-conscious state for much of the time, going from one routine event to another with our senses suppressed like zombies in a world of the undead. We don't notice the beautiful pebble on the beach because, like those vacant young fish, so often we are oblivious to our surroundings. But that doesn't have to be the case. It doesn't have to be our partial reality. We can master how to look and experience the world with an artist's heightened awareness, to have the exhilaration of seeing the world with true 2020 vision. Of course, there are already hundreds of books about how to look at paintings, from John Berger's famous Ways of Seeing to Peggy Guggenheim's gloriously candid autobiography, Out of This Century, Confessions of an Art Addict. There are also many books about art and perception, with Ernst Gombrich's Art and Illusion among the best I've read. But there are possibly fewer books combining elements of both approaches, not only to explore how looking can add to our appreciation of artists, but also to explore how artists look, adding to our appreciation of life. Familiarity doesn't so much breed contempt as cause a form of blindness, where we stop seeing our surroundings. Siegfried Kracauer, the 20th century German film critic, knew this. He wrote in his book Theory of Film, 1960, "Intimate faces, streets walk day by day, the house we live in. All these things are a part of us like our skin. And because we know them by heart, we do not know them with the eye. The tree, the building, the color of a road all become inconspicuous, not registering in our consciousness. We miss so much. Artists do not. They see with an innocent eye, as John Ruskin, the Victorian art critic, put it. They learn to unlearn, to see as if for the first time rather than the umpteenth. Tom's dad did just that. He paid attention, focused his mind, and lived in the moment. He taught his son to see what he was missing. It is a gift that many other artists can give, to show us how to look at our world from a different perspective, and in so doing, over time, find our very own beach stance. Before we meet them, a brief note on the book's structure and my choices of artist. The starting point for each chapter is an extraordinary painter or sculptor. It might be a contemporary star like Jennifer Packer or a prehistoric Mexican master. Either way, it is an artist I admire, whose highly developed powers of observation can prompt us to see the world afresh. In each case, I focus on a single work to begin a journey into the artist's mind and discover their unique way of looking, which, when applied to